this guy claims to have given Chat GPT 4 eyes. And in this video, I'm gonna try to do the exact same thing. Now, in his tweet, he says he added some data to a vision model, gave the AI camera access, asked it questions about the scene, identified objects, it searched the web for info, and used that information. Now let's just take a quick look at this video. So that looks like he's running a terminal down there, and it's running, and then boom, it looked like it grabs access camera, and wow, it is identifying objects in his scene right now. If you've heard about this or seen this, then you know, bro, that he was even able to let it look inside his refrigerator, identify items, and then make a keto recipe out of that. So bro, AI is just getting insane. And so one thing I know is that using Chat GPT with just a little patience and a little knowledge, you can pretty much achieve any task, right? So to start, I kept it simple. I asked Chat GPT what's the easiest way to use Chat GPT, AI, and Python to create something that gives AI eyes and lets my laptop camera identify images in a scene. Now honestly, bro, my tip in that department is when you're dealing with Chat GPT, you have to prime it. So you kind of have to tell it what you're talking about, right? So it pretty much ran me through this. One way to do this is by using a programming language called Python. Now this is what I want to point out, because one thing I'm gonna always do is be 100% candid with you. And as content creators, sometimes we have to do something to get your attention called selling the sizzle and not the steak. And so here he clarified that the vision stuff isn't Chat GPT 4's work. It can't access your camera. I hooked it up to a separate vision model that handles the camera stuff, paired for the two ideas. So that really helped me get on the right track as far as what I was trying to do. So Chat GPT pretty much teaches me that here and tells me that, hey, you would have to use an AI model, and with a language like Python. My friends in my personal life tell me like, bro, you must have a deal with Python because you've been pushing that heavy. But the reason is because, bro, that's a real complex programming language to learn, and I've like ran so many Python scripts and I'm just more blown away about the capabilities and what you can code in Python, right? So it tells us to install the necessary libraries, which we do. I mean, if we skip down here, it pretty much tells you to boom, copy this code, put it in your terminal. So you would paste that in your terminal to install those. I already have them installed, so it's gonna tell me that it's already satisfied. However, if you were to do that, it would pretty much look like this, except it would actually be installing things. So that would be our first step. So next, what I did was I went to read more about that AI model. So I pretty much went to go do my research on this language model, and what I learned is specializes in facial recognition, right? Gesture recognition, mobile robotics, object detection, stuff like that, right? So that's exactly up the alley, exactly what we're looking for, right? So I'm gonna skip back up here to the code because this pretty much runs me through how it's gonna work. So it's gonna install the library. I did that, prepare the AI model. So it pretty much tells us that Chat GPT pretty much can't do this, but you can use other pre-trained models like TensorFlow's Inception v3 or MobileNet models. So what that also tells us is that there are other programming languages and programming models that do this exact same thing. However, I'm gonna be 100% candid with y'all. This video comes after maybe 4 hours last night of me tweaking different ones, messing with them, failing at some. So the one that I'm choosing to show you today is the most efficient, the one that's gonna be most beginner friendly. So then it tells you it's gonna write the code to create the camera, and then boom, perform image recognition and all that good stuff. But as you see here, at the time, that was way too much information for me. So I said, look, let's walk me through it step by step. So here it is, pretty much the same exact thing, just step by step. And then boom, I've had it write me out code to do it, right? So we're gonna go ahead and try to run code, and I'm gonna see what errors we may get back, because I do recall there. Save that, go Python video live test.py and run it, see what happens. So that error at first did scare me, but that comes up every time, and that's pretty much to let you know that it's initializing. But here's another learning experience with ChatGPT. At first I was trained to, hey, all my errors or whatever happens, let me put it in ChatGPT. So I'm gonna do a new chat so I don't mess that one up. We're gonna go chat 4. So when you paste that error in, all this pretty much means that it's working and doing what it's supposed to do. But we got an error. We got a large error, right? So typically what you would do is you'd find wherever it says trace back or error, that's what you look for, and that's what you'd paste in. So I'm gonna try to find that. And once again, I've already done this, but I want to teach y'all how to like work on projects and how to have chat to help you to learn. So boom, you're gonna paste that in. So I'm gonna save you about 4 hours of your time. At this point, I realized, okay, this is a lost cause. There has to be simpler way to do this, right? So then I came back, and I want y'all to see this, bro. This was hours of me doing this, and I'm trying to remember what was the first question I asked. So I think I came in the exact same way, and y'all see me putting these long errors in here and just really just learning how all this stuff works. And long story short, I'm gonna make it easy for y'all. I even at this point had to say, all right, bro, what's the easiest, right? Like is there a more simple library, right? And so then boom, simple CV was the one that we picked, and then boom, at this point it started working, right? So now we about to fire up the code. So the learning experience that you have here at this point is, bro, sometimes it's gonna be too complicated, but Chat GPT pretty much knows all the information about all this stuff, so you can always ask it to get simpler and then build on top of that, which is what we're gonna do, but you gotta stay tuned. So we started running these kinds of scripts, and then boom, I'm gonna show y'all what I got at that point. I'm gonna run it, right? And I'm gonna show y'all how I built on top of this too. All right, so first off, I want to tell you, as you see, our code is running and it identifies me as a person. Right now, it does get a little more advanced than this, and it's gonna blow y'all away, but it can identify object, right? It says that's a bottle. It can identify this remote. And so it is kind of buggy, right? I would have to like learn more as far as how to fix my screen rate or frames per second, but I'm even impressed with myself that as a complete beginner, I'm able to give an AI model like eyes, and it's able to detect things. Let's see if it knows what this cell phone, like that is insane, bro. Boom. So that's that way. Now we could take it a step further, right? Because ultimately we wanted to have eyes, but we also want to think, right? And I'm not gonna take you too fast, but what if we wanted to add the functionality for it to list everything that it sees in a frame, right? So boom. So after arguing with it for a while, I just told it to, hey, can you update code and keep it simple and make it return me a list of everything it saw in the frame. So we're gonna go ahead and run that code now. Boom. So here we are again, a remote, a cup. See if it knows what this is. So it's not a toothbrush. All right, so let's see if it knows what this is. So it got it right. It's a book. See what this. So boom, it returned us somewhat of an accurate list of all the stuff that we seen in the scene. Now let me know what you think about this next piece of code. Camera, whether it's your phone, your laptop, because on the previous modules, those were able to work with my webcam. So let me run this code quick. Bro, I know y'all see that. See if it can still identify things. Remote still thinks this is a toothbrush. For some reason it worked a little better. Cup or tap. Wow. So man, we're gonna take this further to the next step. You gotta subscribe to me for more. Man, Rico Gang, we out. Let's get it. Hey man, thank you so much for watching. If you like the content on my channel, I want to ask that you like, comment, and subscribe. Follow me on all my socials. I love y'all, man. Let's get it.